Recently, I took a trip to Charlottesville, Virginia. I stayed at an Omni hotel and they gave me a survey that asked, "What did you think about the service?" Well, I went through and I ticked 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 out of 10, all the way down. And I wrote, "You met my expectations, nothing more, nothing less." And I sent it back and I thought, well, let's see what happens. I was interested in seeing how they would handle the situation. Well, a few days later, the general manager phoned me. He was quite concerned that he'd only gotten 5s because he said, "I met your expectation." This really threw him off. And I said, "Yes, but I get that everywhere. There was nothing special about this experience." And he was really puzzled by this and he said, "Well, what could I have done in order to make this special?" So I said, "Well, let me ask you this. Have I been there before? You knew that, right?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, So when I came in and said, "It's Mr. Hogg checking in, did your computer tell you that I'd been there before?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Did you welcome me back?" He said, "No." And then I said, "What time did I arrive?" And he said, "Well, probably about 7 o'clock." "How do you think I got there?" "You knew where I lived in the first place, didn't you?" "Yeah," he said. "I live in Canada. I came down to Charlottesville, Virginia, so I probably got there by plane, right?" And he agreed. "So do you think I ate if it was 7 o'clock at night?" "No, pretty good chance you didn't," he said. "Did you offer to give me something to eat?" "No." "Have you got a restaurant in your building?" "Yes." "Do you think maybe if you offered me something to eat, I might have actually had something to eat, and you would have increased your sales for me as a customer?" "Oh," he said. "Well, when I came downstairs after I checked in, I asked, 'Is there a place I can get a quick bite to eat around here?' And they said, 'There's a hamburger joint just down the road. You can walk down there.' Well, I did walk down, and it was closed because it was a Sunday night. You don't even know the hours of the locations that you send people to? Do you think that impressed me?" "No," he said. So I went through a couple of things just off the top of my head, none of which would have cost them a single penny, but would just have been alert and aware of some of the information that they had right in front of them. At which point he said, "Well, are you going to come back to the area again?" And I said, "Well, yes, I am. I'm back down in 2 more weeks." And he said, "Will you be staying with us?" I said, "No, actually I'm not. I'm going to be staying at one of your competition because that's where the actual meeting is." And he said, "Well, where's that?" And I told him it was the Hilton DoubleTree. And he said, "Oh, well, you'll be back to see us again." And I thought, okay, we'll see. So I went and I stayed at the Hilton DoubleTree. And they had clean sheets too. They had clean towels. The bed was a king size. The difference there was that they were about 50% cheaper, and I'm pretty sure the prints on the wall were not as expensive. But when I arrived, they gave me a warm cookie, and they welcomed me to their hotel. And when I went to leave, they arranged a shuttle to take me back to the airport. The first place hadn't done that at the Omni. So, which hotel do you think I'm going to go back to the next time I go to Charlottesville? 50% less, free cookie, and they arranged a free ride to the airport for me. That was the difference. Yet, the Omni holds themselves out as the most expensive, high-class hotel in Charlottesville. The point I'm trying to make is that these small things would have made me feel special, with little or no cost or even effort from the staff. They separated the 2 hotels from each other in my mind. And each of these individual moments of truth contributed to my overall experience. How easy would it have been to turn some of these bland, non-differentiated interactions into woohoos, to be outstanding? So what does outstanding mean? We provide an intentional service experience that is recognized for its high quality and value. It's intentional, and it is recognized, and that's important. It's got to be recognized.